Hey y'all, today I'm calling my video Oye Como Va is not a 2-5. What? I know what you're thinking. You're going to tell me I'm wrong, right? It's just two chords, Chris. I have a minor 7 and then a dominant chord. Clearly that's a 2-5. I'm going to tell you something and it's not that groundbreaking. If I'm playing this over and over and over again and I never get to this, that ain't a 2-5-1. You're in the key of A minor. Furthermore, when they play the recording, they're not even using the 7th chords or the 9th chords that a lot of the jazz guys prefer to play on this song. They're just playing a minor chord and a major chord. A minor and D major. The reason that's significant is because I'm playing another 1-4 progression. And the qualities are important because of the fact that my 4 chord has an F sharp in it, which is why it is a Dorian mode. If I was playing a minor 4 chord, that might be Aeolian or natural minor. But in this case, I have a 1 chord that's minor and a 4 chord that's major. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, I want to explain to you why the Dorian mode is one of the most used minor modes that we play, almost equally pervasive in jazz and rock styles, played by such artists as obviously Santana, the Allman Brothers, Al Di Meola, Miles Davis, Steely Dan, you name it. I also want to show you a couple moves today that will expand the use of Dorian on your neck and show you how many players approach this scale so that they can cover more distance on the neck. I want to show you a couple moves that Carlos Santana himself plays on Oye Como Va that outline the harmony that maybe you hadn't realized before. And I'm going to demonstrate 2 different styles of playing on top of this iconic progression. You may or may not be aware of the fact that the composer of Oye Como Va is actually the great percussionist Tito Puente. When I was teaching this song many years ago to a student of mine, they brought up the fact that the opening line to the song is actually a variation of the lick. To demonstrate that for you, I'm playing it in 7th position with my pinky on A on the 10th fret of the B string. I'm playing essentially the first 4 notes of the scale, sliding it to the 9th for style, and sort of targeting the root in the middle. This is an important move on the neck though, because when I'm expanding into multiple octaves of the Dorian, I'm going to add a shift to that move to get 5 notes of the scale, and that's going to inform me when I'm taking it up multiple octaves. To demonstrate that for you, I'm starting here with my pinky on the 5th fret A on the low E string, and I'm going to do the same thing in 2nd position. Play with 1 quick shift. It will give me 5 notes of the scale. That'll land me in 4th position where I can play the next 3 notes to complete the first octave. Once again. Since I'm already on my root note with the pinky, I can do the same exact shift on these 2 strings now to get 5 notes of the scale, and then I'm going to start on 7th fret because of the tuning difference of the B string, and I can complete a 2nd octave of the scale. A 3rd octave can be created with the same move, shifting up and then going up to 14th fret to complete the scale. And here I've got 3 octaves of an A Dorian scale that's covering pretty much 2nd position up to 14th position on the neck. If I locate the A on the 5th string, I can take that same move, playing 5 notes with a shift. I'll end up here in 11th position where I can complete my scale. When I go to 12th fret here and add the shift, I'm going to then end in 14th position where again I have a 2 octave pattern of covering the A Dorian mode, but I have 2 patterns now that are going to take me almost across the whole neck. There are 2 lines in the melody that Santana plays that are outlining the harmony, and again, I don't know if you've ever noticed them. The first one is actually an A minor 7 arpeggio in 5th position on the neck that I'm then repeating E and G on, and then I'm outlining the harmony by playing around F sharp and D. That means that the A minor 7 arpeggio will land on the A minor chord, and then my 2 notes F sharp and D will land on the D chord. The other lick that Santana plays, he's actually in a higher position. He starts with what would be a cool move on the first 2 strings where you're bending up my G pitch into my A while holding the A on the high E string. He does this quick, any outlines, again, the harmony on the D by sliding into the F sharp was the 3rd. And then outline the A and C. C would be the 7th on that chord. First here, I'm going to demonstrate playing on top of a loop where I'm using the A minor 7 and D9 chords, and I'm playing clean, which is going to give me slightly more jazz approach. I'm going to... In this video, I'm going to be playing on just the A minor and D major chords. I'm also going to use a little bit of distortion, which those two choices are going to inform the musical choices that I'll make when I'm playing on top of this progression.